Alright guys, Mr. Chu here, making a live video because assignment number 20, question number 1, nobody in the entire class got that question completely correct. That was the determine whether each statement is always true, sometimes true, or never true. So I'm guessing we're having such a hard time because you guys can't see the planes and the lines. It's very hard to visualize. So I thought I'd make a live video showing or helping you guys out. I got my 2 planes here, and I got 2 lines as pencils. And obviously I would do this in class, but this video recording is the best I can do here. So hopefully this helps, because like I said, nobody got this correct. So you better be watching this video and figuring out why you got whatever you got incorrect. So let's take a look at the first one, which is actually letter B. This one was fine, but it says if 2 lines are perpendicular to the same plane, then the lines are parallel. So here's my plane. This pencil is now, or this line is now perpendicular to this plane, right? This line is also perpendicular to the plane, and these 2 lines are parallel to one another. So that is true. If 2 lines are perpendicular to the same plane, then the lines are parallel, right? This plane could look like this. These 2 perpendicular lines are still parallel. So a line is perpendicular to a plane when it makes 90-degree angles all around it, right? Like that's a 90-degree angle, this is a 90-degree angle, right? All 90-degree angles. The moment you tilt it a little, right, this line is now no longer perpendicular to the plane. All right, letter C. 2 planes can intersect in a point, right? That is never true, right? You got 2 planes, they only intersect in a line, right? So where these 2 planes are intersecting right now, right, it forms a line. And there it is. And no matter how 2 planes intersect, they're going to form a line where they intersect. All right, letter D. Yep, letter D. 2 lines parallel to the same plane or perpendicular to each other. So 2 lines parallel to the same plane. So first of all, what does it mean when a line's parallel to a plane? So this line right now is parallel to this plane. I'm trying to get a good angle. And there we go. So, right, this line is parallel to the plane because this line never intersects this plane, right? And the line could be floating higher up. They're still parallel, or it's still parallel to the plane. So there's infinitely many lines that are parallel to this plane, right? But the moment I tilt this line a little bit in such a way that once this line goes on forever, right, it'll intersect this plane, then they're not parallel anymore. So, but parallel, not parallel. Parallel, right? I can rotate this line, I can move it up and down, I can move it left and right, still parallel to the plane. So quite a lot of lines that are parallel. So anyway, if 2 lines are parallel to the same plane, so this is my plane here, this is parallel, this is parallel, right? All those lines I just showed you were all parallel, so these lines are staying parallel, but they're not perpendicular, they're not parallel to each other, these 2 lines, right? So that is sometimes true. The 2 lines parallel to the same plane are perpendicular to each other, or is sometimes true, right? The lines do not necessarily need to be perpendicular, but they could be perpendicular like this, right? And there we go. Letter E. If a line meets a plane in one point, then it must pass through the plane. That one is, of course, true, right? If a line intersects a plane, then it passes through at one point, that point right there. Skew lines can lie in the same plane. Skew lines cannot lie in the same plane, because if 2 lines lie in the same plane, then they must either be parallel, like these 2 lines, right? Or they must intersect. And a skew line is a line, or 2 lines that do not intersect nor are parallel. So skew lines always have to be in different planes, right? These are skew lines, right? Skew lines might look something like this. Letter G. If 2 lines are parallel to the same plane, then the lines are parallel. All right, same as letter D, right? 2 lines parallel to the same plane, right? We're both parallel to this plane right now, still parallel to the plane, right? These lines never intersect that plane, right? So they can be skew lines, they can be perpendicular, they can be parallel, right? There's lots of them. But again, the moment you tilt one of these lines, right, now it's not parallel to the plane anymore. Parallel to the plane, not parallel to the plane. All right, H. If two planes are parallel to the same line, then they are parallel to each other. If two planes are parallel to the same line. All right, so I got two planes. All right, let me stand them up. All right, I got two planes. And here's my line. I hope you guys agree that this line right now, the way I'm orienting it, it's parallel to both planes, right? So right now the planes are parallel to each other, but I could have a line like this, and it's still parallel to both planes, right? And I could rotate one of these planes, but it's still parallel to both planes, this line. So the planes can intersect, and this line can still be parallel to both of them. So if two planes are parallel to the same line, then they are parallel to each other. That is sometimes true, right? These planes intersect right now. They are not parallel planes, but this line is parallel to both of them. And letter I, if two lines do not intersect, then they are parallel, right? That is false. I mentioned that explicitly in my lesson. Two lines are lines that do not intersect, and they are not parallel. All right, so hopefully that helped you visualize some of this. Yeah, that's going to be it. Just wanted to go over number one. I know it can be hard to see, but hopefully seeing the actual planes and lines, hopefully that helped a little bit. If you still have questions on this, don't hesitate to ask me. But yeah, it can be hard to visualize. I highly recommend grabbing 2 books and 2 pencils yourself and going through each one of those on number one, making sure they really make sense to you. All right, so that's going to be it. I'll see you guys later. Take care and stay safe.